Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm doing part 2 of the Ascended Master Messages, Sun, Moon, Rising, okay? So originally we were trying to do Aries to Pisces, but it wasn't going to all fit. There kept on being complications technologically, so that may mean something to somebody, okay? There may be some 3D disruptions going on. Stay focused though, okay? If you need to make adjustments so things go more fluidly, do it, because that's what I ended up having to do throughout that entire first part. Okay. So part one's already been posted, Aries to Libra. So this will be Scorpio to Pisces. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pre-pull for each and every one. With whatever's reading through the books, we've got 5 oracle decks for the Ascended Masters. We're just going to see what folks have to say. And then I'll live pull from the Isis Oracle at the end, okay? So let's get going. All right. All right, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's get started. All right. Make some space. From the Crystal Mandala, you have card number 17, Angel Bath Coal and Aquamarine, Authentic Voice. Crystal Angels 444. We bring you the gift of authentic voice. We want you to know your own truths and to speak them in your own way because you have something of value to share. Your inner world, your unique viewpoint, and the person that you are. When you speak from your authentic voice, you help others relax, come out of their heads into their hearts, and remember the truth of who they are as well. Your authentic voice doesn't have to sound like the voice of any other. It doesn't need to always be soft, although in its own way, it will always be loving. Your authentic voice has a place in this world, and it has been designed to be a valuable part of the sacred choir of soul voices, which creates music for the universe. As you trust in your authentic voice, your ability to manifest your destiny will grow, and your responsible use of the power of your voice will help many. All right, so all about manifestation and knowing your truth and speaking truth, right? You got Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. Ganesh, also known as Ganapataye, is the Hindu elephant-headed god, the son of Lord Shiva and the goddess Parvati. Legend says he received his elephant head as a replacement after his father sliced his human one off when he mistook him for an intruder. Ganesh is acknowledged as the Lord who removes obstacles and is much loved by taxi drivers in India because they believe he helps them weave in and out of crazy traffic. Ganesh is a sweet-toothed, life-loving, joyful, dancing, and very approachable god. He will use his light to weave a perfect path for you. It's important at this time to move beyond the limitations of it's not meant to be and focus on if this is for my highest good, then the universe will take me there safely. Ganesh is not only bringing a clear light to your external situation, but also helping you clear up any inner conflicts. When obstacles arise, know that they are just reminders that you care about your path and that you have the ability to change your current situation. Ganesh is here to help you. Thank him for clearing the way. To increase your connection to him, you may want to chant in Sanskrit, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Okay. You also have Luhan, individuality, origin Vietnamese, and many others. Okay. You've got the sign to go your own way, even if it's not what's conventional or acceptable. Goddess Luhan blesses you with gifts of talent and confidence to blaze that trail. So manifesting through talents and confidence may be a clue there. All right. The god that came out for you is Hades, death. I'm going to try and not get the glare on there. Hold on a second here. I am always making adjustments. You might have to do that at this time, okay? There we go. Death is not always a negative thing. Everything has a season. Leave behind what you no longer need. Guarding the gates of the underworld crouches the three-headed dog Kerberos. Snarling and growling at anything that moves, the dog's jaw drips pools of saliva onto the cool dark stone. Soon, a solitary figure approaches. It is Hades himself. His dog Kerberos calms and submits its three heads for a petting. The master has arrived. Hades is the Greek god of death. His name itself comes from the Hellenic word for invincible, or invisible. Invincible, that might be important. This was because the realm of the underworld, also referred to as Hades, was invisible to all. Plus, Hades owned a special helmet permitting the wearer to be undetectable. This weapon was featured in a number of stories and was worn by many other gods in war. Hades inherited the underworld when Cronus divided the territories, his brothers Zeus and Poseidon receiving the sky and sea, respectively. Wealthy due to the unlimited riches of precious metals in his kingdom, Hades was intelligent and not at all monstrous. Although feared by man, naturally, Hades was not a particularly nasty god and looked for love like his brothers. The story of Persephone is possibly the most famous story featuring Hades, and one which shows that death is just another cyclic part of life. Hades fell in love with Zeus's and Demeter's daughter Persephone, and Zeus promised Hades her hand in marriage. Unfortunately, he does not tell the women this, and as it turns out, they do not agree. In his frustration, Hades kidnaps her, taking her down deep to his dark domain. He tries to woo her. Demeter, goddess of agriculture and ever-loving mother, searches the world for her daughter, and in her grief stops facilitating the growth and production of all food and plants. Everything dies, and man begins to starve. Meanwhile, Hades offers Persephone a pomegranate. This is the fruit of death, and anyone who eats of this fruit must stay in Hades. By this time, the gods have figured out that Hades has Persephone, and Zeus asks for her release. However, Persephone has partaken of 6 seeds of the fruit, so Hades has claim to her. Demeter and Hades negotiate that Persephone will live 6 months of the year with Hades and 6 months with Demeter. So every 6 months, the earth dies back, and Hades claims the season, winter, and his bride. Should Hades come? This does not normally signify a physical death. An ending or a leaving behind is more likely, and this is not always a negative thing. Everything has a lifespan, in particular ideas, beliefs, and fears that have passed through their expiration date. Sometimes, in order for growth to occur, death must occur too. On the shadow side, Hades was impetuous, impatient, and let's face it, not exactly honest all of the time. If we are to recognize these qualities in ourselves, and if we seek to understand why we act the way we do, scrupulous honesty is required for at start. While the darker face of ourselves may not be appealing to us, and we may be tempted to take it underground, the only way to truly change it is to make it visible, at least to ourselves. By recognizing our shadow aspects, we can then make changes that allow some of the aspects to transform or simply die away. So if that is your situation and you're resonating with that, I just did a whole general Aries to Pisces about shadows, okay? You may want to check that out. And I'd be curious to see if Nyx here showed up for you in that as well. All right. From Goddess Nyx, you have High Priestess of Earth. It's definitely very Pentacles, Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, okay? So whatever is falling away or whatever shadows need work, that, those obstacles that need to be removed that Ganesh is talking about, maybe in a placement that is of earth origin for you, okay? This is a time to take care of your health and your beautiful body. My vampire high priestess of earth symbolizes all things in the physical world, your body, the body of earth, and the things you surround yourself with. Now is the time to eat well, get rest, and connect to the power of earth by walking barefoot. Be mindful, knowing you are a child of flesh and bone who came alive through the blending of earth magic and your spirit. If what you're thinking about is about a situation with a friend or love interest, know that the High Priestess of Earth is asking you to wait until you see tangible evidence of what you seek to understand about this relationship. Perhaps a first kiss or some shared activity will give you more insight into your question. Stay grounded and wait and see. Okay. And finally, from Isis at Sea for Scorpio. What do you have, darling? All right. Enter the healing chamber. A spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open without expectation or preconceived notions, and allow the healing energy to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear as it should be. Expect your miracle. There you go, Scorpio. Follow your other placements. Have a good one. Bye. All right, Sagittarius. I'm going to grab a sip of tea here. All right. Let's get started. From the Crystal Mandala Oracle, you have card number 49, Goddess Maya and Ruby Aura Quartz, Searing Presence. We bring you the empowerment of Searing Presence. This empowerment enables you to see truth unveiled, naked divinity, and all its beauty and mystery. In your willingness to become present, you shall witness the truth that will set your spirit free and make your heart come alive. No lie, deception, fear, or agenda remains hidden in Searing Presence, the ruthless compassion of which distills pure truth. With this empowering, you are going to see what you need to see. You are going to be able to see the truth that there is only ever love seeking to free, heal, and discover itself. You will feel the grace that permeates your life and assists all beings. All impatience, doubt, uncertainty, and confusion shall give way, becoming soft, like wax melted by a lit candle, and only the beautiful light of truth shall remain. From the Keepers of the Light, you have Melchizedek, higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Melchizedek is a high priest who is mentioned in the Bible's book of Genesis, and many other sources too. He is here to assist the earth through the ascension process, which is basically moving everyone and everything back to a state of love and harmony. He appears with bright light around him and a long white beard to match his ancient high priest ways, and is said to have his own order of light-filled priests who are able to help spiritual people develop their gifts and qualities. As he works on a high energetic level, we can connect with him through sacred geometry and by focusing on ancient star-shaped symbols. You have learned so much to this point and are learning more every day. You are recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought to you, and are preparing for a transition or inner ascension where you will move beyond another level of fear and into the inner sanctum of your heart and soul. Become aware of the patterns, ancient symbols, and signs being sent to you from the universe. There is a sense that you are now able to focus in a new way and offer greater light to the world. Melchizedek and his order are with you now, leading you towards spiritual wisdom. Meditate and connect with this light. We also have Mazu, continuing with Ascension, origin Chinese. Just as goddess of the sea, Mazu guides sailors home from rocky oceans, she's guiding you to rise above the chaos of life and situations to find your way back to your true, authentic self, okay? So she's with you too. She's just reminding. You also have Aries, war. So there may be a learning experience through a battle ahead, okay? That's what I'm also seeing as well. Stay above, okay? See from a higher perspective, okay? There may be a battle ahead. Learn the rules of engagement. Certainly not the only deity in the Greek pantheon that enjoyed a good battle. Zeus, Poseidon, and Athena, to name just 3 others. Aries was the only one that represented pure, unadulterated bloodlust and force. A battlefield is a horrific place, and without the long-range weapons we have now, Fighting in ancient times was a close-quartered and wild event. Brutality, blood, and mad courage flowed everywhere, and this is indeed Aries' energy. Speaking of Aries, you might want to go check Aries' placement in the first part, okay? There may be something there more for you at this time since he came up specifically, right? Okay. Aries enjoyed watching and inspiring the riskiest of endeavors and victories, men dying en masse, the squeal of dying war horses, the roar of battle, the fires of pillage, the screams of raped women. His parents, Hera and Zeus, at times turned their backs to him, disgusted at his pleasures. Or follow your Mars placement, because Aries is also Mars. Okay. So just thinking of the connection to other placement. Although war seems like the pinnacle of manly strength and testing, Aries didn't just support all men in war. He supported whomever showed the kind of battle style he favored, which was a love of fighting over all else. In his work, Argonautica, Apollonius Rhodius describes the warlike Amazons. They were brutal and aggressive, and their main concern in life was war. War indeed was in their blood, daughters of Ares as they were. Temples to Ares were also found in Sparta, a society that made the martial arts almost a religion, and in which human sacrifices were made. War still rages in many places on our earth. Man has not yet learned to control his Ares-like urges. However, the wars we wage within ourselves are possibly more destructive than those that take place on physical battlefields. If resentment poisons your blood, if the sword of rage pierces the peace inside you, if irrationality stains your judgment, you may well be feeling a little of the eyes of Aries upon you. Remember, there are usually other ways of dealing with a situation than going to war. But if you do, remember that there are always rules of engagement. On the shadow side, the masculine attributes of aggression and bloodlust make this energy very destructive. Few of us actually will ever need to call upon this kind of energy to fight and protect ourselves, yet it is truly within us. It seems we are Aries' children after all. Some societies and individuals still see physical conquest as the way to prove manhood and strength. There are other ways equally as testing and honorable. So it's a reevaluation of that energy. And this could very well be just energy coming to you or around you as well at this time. From Goddess next, we have card number 15, Fragment. Okay, and it may get you jostled. That's what I'm seeing with this card as well. Sometimes it seems that life is split into so many parts, all of them separate and difficult to bring together. Family, friends, work, study, activities can all seem unrelated to each other. But you are always whole. Even if at times things feel separate and fragmented, that is only an illusion. Choosing this symbol reminds you that all moving parts of your life are important. If the one you're thinking about seems confusing, focus on the one that brings you clarity. Also remember to take a step back when you're trying to understand something. You may be looking at one piece of a giant puzzle, a fragment of the truth. See the big picture through my eyes, and no matter what, all is well. Okay? Like Melchizedek and Mazu are suggesting, to look high and above. There may be something to learn through this, right? Something bigger, the bigger picture. Challenges are just the best way to learn, right? I always think of that. All right, from Isis, darling, what do you have? Final guidance. All right. Okay, this could be a hint as to what's coming. On the back side, we have her overlooking Set, the brother in darkness. Whenever negative energy is present, it is a sign that we are ready to move more deeply into our divine feminine power. You shall overcome any negative energy with grace and triumph. Stay in your heart. There is no need to be afraid. All right. There you go, Sagittarius. Have a good one. Bye. All right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. All right, for those at the end, scooch that over a bit. From the Crystal Mandala Oracle, you have number 36, Ascended Master Mataji and Crimson Cuprite. Relief and repair. We bring you the blessing of relief and repair. Our warmth and nurturing will restore and rebalance your body, mind, and soul when the light of spirit burns too brightly. Spiritual light is like the light of the sun. It brings life and joy, but too much can burn. If that happens to you, you will feel overwhelmed, overheated, overexcited, and overstretched mentally, physically, or emotionally. We will help you recover and increase your ability to be exposed to spiritual light again in the future without becoming overloaded or burnt out. We ask you to soften and relax into our rich red energy now, which nourishes you with the cooling, restorative life force of the Earth Mother. We shall help you naturally discharge excess energy while we revive, strengthen, and fortify you with our nourishing grace. So you may be at a period right now where you just had some serious upgrade and ascension related issues at this time, okay? It's just a time of rebirth. It's time to kind of recover and regroup and recharge, right? And you can do so by grounding to Gaia, right? Do more root chakra oriented healing practices and earth star chakra practices at this time, okay? You may need to just kind of rest up a bit. And it may be preparing you for the next thing, okay? It's definitely a strong upgrade, okay? Each and every level with new levels every time. So just pace yourself. And it's only because the light itself is strong, but our bodies are weak, right? Like our physical being is often the last thing to change because it takes the longest amount of time to do anything with it, right? So it can be a little bit overwhelming. So just pace yourself at this time. If you need to take breaks, okay? From the Keepers of Light, you have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So this would be a good time just to share what you've learned up until this point, right? Maybe there's others that are struggling and they're at that same stage as you are, right? Just to kind of share that way. Paul the Venetian is said to be the ascended form of Paolo Veronese, a famous artist of the Italian Renaissance. The Venetian refers to the fact that he was connected to Venice, Italy. It is believed that on his passing in 1588, he had the opportunity to help humanity by sharing his lifelong wisdom. He is the keeper of the light who helps us accept our talents and hone our skills so that we can share the beauty of our soul with the world. And another great way to actually ground and heal is through creative pursuits as well. So that may be literal, okay? He brings waves of good energy, grace, and encouragement, and works with all artists, musicians, designers, and anyone else who needs support in channeling their talents. Whatever creative ideas you are having at this time, they are inspired by the divine. Paul the Venetian is here to help you channel your gifts. You may have felt blocked or held back in the past, but now it's time to recognize how talented you really are. Follow your bliss and share your grace. Your creativity is a gift to the world, and as you share it with all those around you, you make space in your heart for goodness to enter. Recognize your gifts today and express your creative self in a way that suits you, okay? So just go with what makes you feel comfortable at this time, right? Go easy on yourself, right? Then you have Morgan, talking about music, you got rhythm. Origin, Celtic. Shape-shifting goddess Morrigan helps you tune into the cycles of life. Beginnings, middles, and ends. Rebirths. Whatever you're experiencing, it's a transition between one of these phases, okay? The god that came out for you right now is Zeus, leadership, okay? So you might need to take control of matters when need be, all right? I'll read you the whole thing. You are being called upon to demonstrate leadership and stewardship within your own life. Delegation may be necessary for the best results, okay? So if you've got a lot going on right now and you need to take some time to recharge your energy, okay, and repair that, right? You may need to kind of like delegate some of the extra little tasks to others, okay, at this time, literally, okay? Or split things up, plan them out a little bit. Give yourself some space in your schedule for self-care, okay? The Greeks saw their deities as mighty and holy, but also with frailties and weaknesses alike. As humans were made in the god's image, they could reflect the best and worst of us and could show us through myth, how to live. The king of all Greek gods was the powerful Zeus, son of ancients, Rhea and Kronos. Often referred to in ancient prayers as father, Zeus was the god that the other gods looked to for leadership, order, and direction. Those that were the natural enemies of Zeus and defied him were considered outlaws and either defeated or banished. So although he is a god who is fond of gathering storms, among the Greeks he is more recognized for his skill at creating customs and laws for both man and deity alike. The best example of his ability to organize is the Trojan War, which is recognizably shaped by his hand from beginning to end. Zeus sometimes took the form of a mighty eagle as he soared around Mount Olympus and surveyed his domain with sharp, big-picture perception. Okay? Although it is tempting to imagine Zeus as a passive god sitting up high in the clouds on his throne, Zeus was powerful in battle and loved heroism and striving. The Olympic Games were held in his honor, and it is even said he competes occasionally. Wrestling is his thing, as do some of the other gods and goddesses. Zeus asks you to take leadership and stewardship of your own life. No one should be dictating to you constantly what it is that you can or cannot do or be. You are your own regent in your existence. Act like it. You may also wish to consider delegation as a way of getting your goals met. Good leaders allow people who have great skills, often better than theirs, such as their confidence and wisdom, to help them, thus not only sharing the load, but creating a sense of teamwork that is beneficial for everyone. Zeus was a master at this. He would ask Vulcan to make the weapons, Athena to do the strategy, winged Hermes to promptly pass a message. Micromanagement rarely is a rewarding experience for anyone, and great leaders allow the space for those they manage to develop and contribute exponentially. On the shadow side, leadership does not mean infallibility. Zeus was no perfect king. He acted on impulse, he bore grudges, and was jealous and raged, not to mention mating with whichever woman took his fancy. In some cases, it could be said that he abused his power. Rarely, though, did he not find himself in a pickle somehow as a result. The adage, do what I say, not what I do, seems fitting in these cases. Great leaders accept their imperfections, but are honest about them and seek to correct or transform them. The confidence that comes from this positive self-awareness and transformation inspires confidence in those they lead, which often leads to success for all. From Goddess Nyx, you have number 29, movement, okay? So this could also clue in as well. This may behoove. This is a time of change and movement, and a symbol for wonderful surprises. If you've been waiting for something, you'll soon have clarity. You will get answers you thought would never come, and you'll move closer to things that were out of reach before. Perhaps this card predicts a trip that you've always wanted to take. So in the interest of rest and recharge, right? Maybe a retreat, even a daycation, okay? The symbol for movement can indicate both the change of scene and a real shift in the direction of your life. So this could also be literally moving or just completely changing your environment to be something that's a little bit more healthy for you. And you might need to delegate tasks for that, right? No matter what this symbol holds for your question, know that the wonderful change is now possible. This is a time to make your move, okay? All right. Whatever changes you need to be more balanced, right? So that you can share with ease and not overexert yourself at this time. Let's see what Isis has for you at this time for Capricorn. Spirit, please and thank you. Isis, how say you, darling? All right. This is the abundance of Sothis. Abundance in many forms is increasing in flow to you. Continue your good work of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsibly flowing to you in many forms over and over again. There you go, Capricorn. Have a good one. Bye. All right, Aquarius, sun, moon, rising. Here we go. From the Crystal Mandala Oracle, you have number 21, Ascended Master Lady Nada, and Rhodochrosite, sensitivity. We bring you the blessing of sensitivity. Being sensitive in this world can be tough sometimes, yet your sensitivity is essential if you are to consciously feel and work with subtle energy. Receiving and sending telepathic transmissions, feeling and releasing energetic cords, tingling with exquisite blessings of divine love, sensing the whispers of divine grace, and seeing the luminous, sparkling particles of life force dancing wildly, and the beauty of shimmering auric fields in dazzling and colorful display. To be given the gift of sensitivity, to perceive the energetic worlds, is like being invited to the most special and extraordinary exhibit of sacred art. You may have struggled with your sensitivity, found it difficult to bear during times of emotional suffering, yet you have a great gift, and it will bring you so much joy. If you are learning to develop your sensitivity, we will help you so that you can feel uplifted as you witness the energetic beauty of creation. So that may be a thing that you're going through at this time, perhaps how to manage it and discern what's yours and what's not, right? Okay. Energy is funny like that. It's so fluid, right? You could pick up externally energy of people that are external to you and their external energies like pretty easily. We can channel it because it's so fluid, and you might happen to notice it. We can also do that with the earth and the earth's energetic changes too. So, all right. But you've got some strength going on here, okay? We'll see what else. Sanat Kumara, light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So this may be an elevation, right? An evolution of your light. Quotient, perhaps, okay? Sanat Kumara, which means eternal youth, is an advanced cosmic light being who is dedicated to helping the earth rise up towards the light. He is the leader of the keepers of the light. He has been acknowledged as a god in Hinduism and in the Mahabharata story, which has come down from heaven bearing God's divine plan. In more recent times, he has been acknowledged as coming from Venus and bringing through unconditional love. He has eyes that are made of the cosmos, with the ability to penetrate the soul and activate its brightest light yet. He can seem otherworldly because his looks are beyond human. He is a being of the light, shining with the purest intentions. He is the twin flame of Lady Venus. Together, they activate the heart and light of those who welcome their help so they can shine brighter than ever. You are here to light up the world. You may feel that you're being pushed or that there is a lot going on at once, and this is because your energy is magnetic to others and they want it in their life, whether or not they realize it or not, right? Take the time to listen to your inner voice. Remember the cosmic light of heaven and draw it to you. That is all you need to do to inspire the world. And the lady that came out for you, love it. Talking about that, oh my goodness. You have Rhiannon, enchantment. Origin, Welsh. You have so much magic and power in you. Don't be afraid to use it. Great sorceress goddess Rhiannon is guiding you and enhancing your powers of enchantment right now. You'll find things coming more easily. All right, and the dude that came out for you. I typically use this deck to, determine what our masculine and feminine energies are like. These two decks there. All right, Vishnu, balance. Rectifying imbalance in your life, your mind, body, and soul will reduce suffering and pain. The middle path is the best course of action. Balancing things out. Sort of Goldilocksing the situation. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right. Alignment. The Hindus believe that both good and evil exists in the world. This is a natural way of being. When the balance gets disturbed, a force for the preservation of balance appears, and that is Vishnu. Vishnu, the preserver, takes the middle place of the Hindu trinity, between Brahma, the creator, and Shiva, the destroyer. So far, Vishnu has been reincarnated to assist in balancing the powers of light and darkness 9 times. These incarnations or avatars include those of Ram, Krishna, and Buddha. The adventures of Ram and his consort Sita can be read in the famous holy book, the Ramayana. There is a further reincarnation to come, the 10th, where a hero called Kalki will appear, riding a white horse to again balance the decline of man. Vishnu, as a supreme spirit, has many attributes, but he is known for his great Shakti, energy, and Bala, strength. He uses these to keep the order in the universe and to subdue injustice and instill harmony. In one avatar, Parashurama, he destroyed the warrior castes that were perpetrating great injustices among the ordinary people and sages. What amazing lessons to learn, huh? Vishnu is almost always depicted with blue skin, and sometimes he rides on his magnificent bird-like mount, Garuda, who is also in this deck. His consort is the goddess of prosperity, Lakshmi, who sits lovingly with him, often massaging his feet. Should Vishnu grace you with his presence, know that he is reminding you to find balance in all things. And admittedly, this is hard. We live in a time where the seeking of balance seems to be at the top of everyone's list, and that is if we are even aware of our imbalances. This is where Vishnu asks us to start, with awareness. Where can you actively seek more harmony and peace? What small or large steps can you take to redress the imbalance for the good of all, including yourself? On the shadow side, trying to balance home and work, duty and freedom, indulgence and simplicity, need and greed. It is almost a never-ending tightrope we seem to walk. Vishnu invites us to be aware of our imbalances and to seek to correct them. Often the imbalances we aren't really aware of until they give us pain are the ones we truly need to change. For example, imbalance can manifest as illness, weight issues, bad habits, patterns of low self-esteem, prosperity issues, and addictions. And what a perfect segment to what Goddess of the Night, Nyx, has said, okay? You have honesty. This is the symbol of clarity and true communication. Now is the time to be absolutely honest with yourself about what you want, what you're thinking about, what your motives and real feelings are. Honesty is the way we truly step into our power. When you choose honesty above all else, you will have the courage to do what is right. This is also a time to demand honesty and integrity from others. You have a right to get clear messages. There is the greatest freedom and power in telling the truth. And of course, if they're not ready to speak truth, then move on. Okay. You're just not ready yet. They're still in denial. Okay. Not a big deal. They've got their own challenges, right? Most important thing is being honest with yourself. All right. Let's get you some final advice from Isis. Darling, what do you say for Aquarius, please and thank you? All right, I'll show you the backside. She's like, come with me. I want to show you the light. Oh, I immediately just thought of the Terminator. Come with me if you want to live. Okay, anyway, that may mean something for somebody. Get weird channelings over here. All right, Port of Light. It is only this physical reality that is bound by time and space. You are a conscious being on levels beyond the physical world. You are guided to work with your healing powers beyond the confines of time and space. You will not become ungrounded through such spiritual work. You are not leaving your earthly connection behind. You are merely adding to it. Love it. Thank you, darling. There you go, Aquarius. Follow your other placements. Bye. All right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. Your messages from the Crystal Mandala Oracle. You have card number 52, Goddess Durga, and Hematite, Spear of the Guru Mother. Crystal Goddesses, 888. We bring you the empowerment of the Spear of the Guru Mother. Sometimes there is so much choice that we struggle to commit. It is often not an issue of unwillingness to make an effort, but concern that the choice might not be the right choice. We might pray to the universe to be shown what to do according to a wisdom greater than our own. Although our free will is always in place, we are able to accept a task divinely given or rejected. The universe answers every prayer. In your heart, you have been asking for guidance to be shown what you need to do in a particular situation, or perhaps more generally in your life at this time. You want to know the best way forward so your actions are in alignment with heaven. In response, you have now become the spear of the Guru Mother. I'm going to keep reading on that so it keeps going. The spear of the Guru Mother is the direct, focused, and clear task given to you by the fiercely compassionate divine feminine. The Guru Mother is the unconditionally loving guide who will protect your soul, keeping you on the straight and narrow, spiritually speaking, and ensure that your efforts bring you the best spiritual results and not lead you off onto a distracting and ultimately unnecessary tangent. Cut to the end here. The oracle also comes to you with this understanding. If the divine gives you a task, you can handle it. Even if you're going to need to grow, you have it within to complete it successfully. When the universe gives you an opportunity or life situation to work through, it is giving you a vote of confidence. The Divine Mother says to you, "Here is my will, I'll empower you, now go for it." If you want to take her advice, don't hesitate or doubt. Be as focused and forward-moving as if you were the spear that she had thrown with her almighty hand and flawless aim, heading straight towards the center of the target. When the oracle of the spirit of the Guru Mother comes to you, you are being told your efforts have divine power behind them. The situations in your life you are willing to grapple with are going to resolve far more quickly and potently than you might have believed possible. Distraction, procrastination, hesitation shall not touch you. Your focus will be complete and your task shall be attained. The trust you feel in yourself and the divine will increase because of this. You will gain more confidence in yourself. You'll become game for bigger and bolder challenges. The universe will be able to ask more of you and give you more because you shall be increasingly open to it. The risk you take at this time, with absolute intention, will bring you so much more than the resolution of the task at hand. If you've been overwhelmed, confused, pulled in too many directions, and feeling as though you are trying to do everything and completing nothing, this oracle comes with guidance. The spear of the Guru Mother, if requested, will fly through your life and take you along with it for the ride. The unleashing of divine will shall clear away the inessentials and reveal to you what is important and what you need to do. If you are willing to surrender into this fierce grace, you will be honored by it. Go into your heart, and if you feel brave and bold enough, you are. Then complete the following healing process. And I already did that, so go ahead and look for it in the Ascended Master messages, okay? Just type in Durja and healing process. It should be there. I did a little bit of it. You're welcome to do it. So maybe because of mentioning it, you might need to do it. All right. It should be there. All right. From Keepers of the Light Oracle. Mary Magdalene came out. Teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. So, the universe is urging you to go forward, okay? We don't have a full picture of who Mary of Magdala actually was, but we do know from spiritual tests that she was a great visionary and teacher with clairvoyant abilities, because she was able to see angels and the soul of her twin flame, Master Jesus, after he had passed away. She also had the ability to shake up crowds of people to bring their hearts and minds back to the highest good. She now devotes her time to supporting us in bringing about the radical changes the earth needs in order to prosper, and to encouraging those who feel the need to teach the joy of spirit. Mary is a rebel heart in many ways. She helps those light workers who feel restricted by the opinions of others to step up and speak their truth. You have a strong desire to share what you have learned. You may feel people will dismiss you or ridicule you, but don't worry. Mary Magdalene is here to guide you through this process. Your vulnerability is actually your greatest strength because you are trusting the power of your soul, and that part of you can never be broken. You are a wonderful teacher and leader, and the world needs you. You are being backed by heaven, so step forward and share all that you have learned. And there's always more to learn, too, and more to share, right? All right. Oh, awesome. And of course, we have Aditi coming out with creation. She's Hindu. Goddess of the universe, Aditi, is empowering you to create at will. Be the change you want to see in the world. Go out and make it happen. Love it. Oh, we got a lot of take charge energy here. I love it. Okay. You have Nuwada, perfection. Love and appreciate your uniqueness and your imperfections. Question the cost of chasing perfection. Delight in who you are. Now a story about him. The story of Nuwada is a very ancient one that has woven itself into different themes and variants over different times and places. One thing that stays constant is his exploration of suitability and perfection. Nuwada was the king of Erin, one of the heroic Tuatha De Danann, people of the goddess Danu, which was one of the mythical races of Ireland. According to myth, these early Celtic times were far from peaceful, with bloody battles being waged continuously. During one of these major battles, the Donans, led by Nuwada and his sword of invincibility, defeated the Firbolgs. The fighting was so bloody and fierce, though, that Nuwada lost his right hand. This was a disaster for Nuwada, as there was an ancient law that precluded anyone who was not quote-unquote whole to the throne. His mutilation lost him his rule, even though he was victorious, just, and a benevolent leader. The Donans then chose Bray as their leader. Bray, although a skilled fighter, had little of Nuwada's wisdom and fairness, and soon the kingdom fell to the effects of this discordant king. Nuwada's brother, the physician Dian Ketch, fashioned a magical silver hand to replace the one that he had lost. Not only functional, the silver hand was beautiful too. Nuwada became Nuwada Ergdlamont, Nuwada of the Silver Hand, again worthy amongst his people, and Bray stepped down from the throne. Today, more than ever, we chase perfection. But what is it really? We often look to external perfection as necessary to success. The quest for youth and a perfect body has thrown us towards a predilection for injecting ourselves with face-numbing poisons and surgically enhancing the features that we feel aren't ideal. When did the fact that we have healthy, strong, functional bodies become so not enough? We are born with everything we need to be what it is we are meant to be. We are born perfectly imperfect. Our uniqueness is for a reason. Nuwada reminds us that to be perfect at our job or purpose, we need not pursue some unattainable and false ideal. Perfection is a subjective judgment and not an objective reality. In Nuwada's case, he was the best leader. His missing hand did not take away from his great leadership qualities. On the shadow side, many people state that they are perfectionists, like it's a badge of honor. While trying to be excellent and the best we can be is admirable, striving for something that is an unattainable illusion is tiring and damaging at the very least. Remember, should Nuwada show his hand to you, consider that you may well be enough already. And from the Wisdom of the House of the Night Oracle, this is so funny. Number 24, 2, 4, and 6, and I also see 52 and 7. That may be significant to you. We have lust. This is what Goddess Nyx has for you. My dear one, when the symbol of lust has come before you, be aware that when you toy with this energy, you may become consumed by it. Okay? There is a fine balance between desire that is pure and obsession that arises in the insatiable thrill of danger, right? Like seeking perfection, for example, right? Okay, that's a good one. Be careful that your desire remains good and that your wanting doesn't cause hurt to yourself or another. If it does, it probably is not good for you, right? It is best that you move cautiously forward. If you're asking about a relationship, you may be developing an obsessive fever that will take a long time to recover from. Ask yourself, what is the nature of your desire? Why do you want this so badly? Beware, there is always a hidden agenda in lust. What is yours? On the flip, this could also be energy external to you, right? And you may have an ability to kind of flip the script with Mary showing up here with teaching, right? I've also seen that as well. And Aditi, be the change you want to see in the world, right? And if you're feeling like a pull between which direction to go, Go for the one that's not going to corrupt you, right? The one that misrepresents you. The one that, you know, doesn't feel authentic to you. And you can feel it when you're around it. All right, Isis, what guidance do you have for Pisces at this time? Sun, Moon, Rising, please. Thank you. All right. Ooh, nice. The abundance of Sophis. Ooh, abundance comes in many forms, right? So maybe it's just reevaluating priority and what makes you happy. Abundance in many forms is increasing in flow to you. Continue your good work of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsibly flowing to you in many forms over and over again. And abundance comes in so many forms. Love, joy, happiness, tangible things, satisfaction. Not lust, but satisfaction. Feeling more deeply connected to everything, right? Peace. There you go. All right, have a good one. Bye.